Hey guys, it's your girl Lex, and I am back with another video. And I just wanted to share, kind of like my revelatory moment with God and in this past year, and how I have struggled with comfort over purpose. So, I was recently spending time with the Lord, and I was just telling him, like, there has been a real battle for me in choosing to rest, like completely rest in the Lord. And it wasn't it was like an up and down roller coaster. So like I would have times where everything's all good, like it's kind of like when you go to church and you got that word you needed to hear, you're like amped up, you're excited, you feel like you got your peace back, your hope back, and all that. And then there will be times where I have really low moments where I'm just like, man, just in my head, just letting the enemy talk and just letting it get to me, and just, feeling very dismayed and discouraged. And I was just so tired of one day feeling up and then the next feeling down. I'm just like, Lord, I know this is not of you. I know that the peace and the joy that comes from you is it's without condition. It's for certain. It's unexplainable, and it's solid. You know what I mean? So I was just I was just a little confused, a little like, and kind of like not irritated, but just like irritated, just like kind of miserable, because I was just tired of like that roller coaster of emotion. A lot has been going on, and I realized like a lot of the challenges that has interrupted my comfort in the past year were things that exposed things about me that needed to be dealt with. So like, and it exposed a lot of hidden things about me that, I didn't realize that I was carrying. Oh my goodness. And I felt like, in a way, like, because I had been so blessed, in the season prior, I got comfortable, and I forgot to go with his flow, and I got used to, I just got used to my comfort. Chandler Moore posted something like, I don't know, like a few weeks ago, and he said something along the lines of, the problem of getting something along the lines of, not getting comfortable in a season, being more comfortable, a lot of times like our downfall, or, our stagnation comes from us being comfortable in a selected season, a season. But, seasons change, they always change. God is always moving, and we're not called to get comfortable or find our contentment in a season, or, a certain place, especially since we know that God is moving, especially since we know that, seasons change. I mean, every year we have 4 seasons, whether we like it or not. I personally not really a fan of the summer. It's too hot. My favorite season is the fall time, but that doesn't change that every year, no matter what happens, every year, those 4 seasons still come to pass. Those 4 seasons don't change. So I guess my advice to you is to not get so comfortable or so caught up in, or find your contentment or your solidification in things, in seasons, in momentary things, because this life is only but a moment. And not to forget that you are on assignment. And yes, God blesses, and God, He loves to give. He's a giver, He's a blesser. But we have to remember not to get comfortable, not to get settled in a transitional place. Okay, so I know I've used this scripture a bunch of times, but Philippians 4, chapter 4, verses 11 and 12. It says, I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. And that has been a scripture that the Lord has, it's just a reoccurring scripture that he keeps, in front of me, that I know he's teaching me, and something that he told me literally 5 years ago. So even now, he's still teaching me these two particular verses. And it's so true. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in getting content in other things beside him. Paul knew, he found, the secret. He learned the secret of being content in every situation. And that's simply just making sure your contentment always stays in the Lord, no matter what, whether in want or in plenty, whether hungry or full, whether, in everything. We have to make sure that we don't get caught up in other things. We don't get caught up in comfort over purpose. We don't get caught up in, being content in a season, especially, when they're meant to change. Seasons were always meant to change. And that's not changing, So be okay with going with God's flow. And please make sure that whenever you feel yourself being on an up and down roller coaster of emotion and not really feeling content, make sure it's like the rock left unturned. There is my joy. There is my peace. You know what I mean? It's in you. It's in Jesus. So just make sure whenever you're feeling that up and down roller coaster, make sure you're checking where your contentment is. Check where you're leaving your comfort, your peace. Where are you getting your peace? Where are you leaving it at? So that's pretty much all that I wanted to share with you guys. Check where your comfort is at and make sure it's in the right place. Make sure that your source of contentment and comfort and peace and joy and happiness, that it's all centered and founded in the Lord. So I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys. I hope you guys are having a great summer, and I'll talk to you guys soon.